After a week of solo sailing, it was time for Gail and I to do some exploring by foot. So the first step was to take a boat to a small island located off the coast of Roscoff. Ile de Bats is mostly an agricultural island and is famous for artichoke production.
The Ferry's Windlass is the same brand as what's on Cyclops, just a whole lot bigger.
Today's adventure, we head to a special ferry stop, which is located halfway in the middle of the estuary. It is only used when the water is at its low. At high water, another ferry stop is used. The high water ferry stop is much more convenient and located in town. However, when the tide's out, you only have one choice. The ferry will take us from Roscoff to Ile de Bats. Ile de Bats, we will have approximately a 15-kilometer walk to go around the entire island. But at the end of our walk, we will be greeted by a great meal. It can't go without commentary that this ferry has an incredible number of fenders. I think it's north of 15. And the reason? He docks in a very tidal area, and so I suspect some of his approaches are less calm than others.
Gail's quite excited because she has found a field of fennel.
Question, do we go up that way for the lighthouse?
Is that really a path?
Don't know if I asked.
Okay, let's do it. We'll find out. We might die. Tough to keep in frame. Now she's hiding, but I have techniques. This is great. Quel est le nom de cette phare?
Phare de l'île de Bats.
We're gonna go see a rock.
Okay.
What a view from the top of a huge rock. You get to see the lighthouse, you get to see the path we're taking to go around the circumnavigation of Ile de Bats, and you get to see the countryside, a little light agriculture going on here, and you get to see the ocean. Let's check in with Gail, see what she's up to. She typically doesn't like on-the-spot interviews, but we'll see how this one goes. Idea what lunch will be?
It's like the Tozen Cafe is a nice place to eat.
France has its geography divided into regions. We're currently in the region known as Brittany, and within Brittany, there are departments. The department we're in right now is Finistère, but we've also visited Morbihan and a few others.
In the middle of the field is something that looks like a giant teapot. But its purpose is, it is an air cannon, and it makes a loud, scary noise, which keeps the crows away from, we're not sure, there's beets or radishes. Circumnavigation today, is that right, Gail?
No, we're doing a circumperambulation.
Oh my gosh, say that one more time.
A circumperambulation.
Well, let's continue perambulating then.
The tour of the herbs as well.
What herbs have you seen? Could you give us a list?
Parsley
Okay.
and tarragon. And in the vegetable category, we've seen fennel, and not sure the last one, it could be radish.
And the potatoes.
And the potatoes, but the potatoes were already harvested.
Look at that beach behind you, holy cow. So we're about 7K in today's walk. A white sandy beach in Brittany. A pine tree, species highlighted tipis. Looks like somebody went to the salon and got the tips of their hair highlighted. And then over here are some really weird proboscis type trees. And then beyond that, I don't know, is that like an herb tree, or what's that? It almost looks like an olive tree.
Okay.
Let's go see. Beautiful ferns. Always love a fern.
This plant, or maybe stalk, turns bright purple when flowering. I wish I knew the name. If you do, leave it in the comments. I also wish I knew more plant names in general, but there's only a certain amount of time.
This bay is very calm right now. I sailed past here a day or two ago, and it was a bit rolly. The sea at that point was probably almost 2 meters.
During our hike, a geography lesson broke out.
So Glennon was probably a commune as well.
Communes are a French equivalent of municipalities.
Not a département. There's the beautiful town of Roscoff across the way from us, as Gail steams us to lunch. What's the name of our lunch place again? After a couple of hours of walking, we've been rewarded with this gorgeous view of a pile of rocks. This is the channel that exists between the island of Bats and the town of Roscoff. And so we're headed there for lunch. If I haven't mentioned, I'm interested in lunch. And Gail's relaxing, but she needs to get moving. So this is the Chapelle Saint-Anne, and it was in the 12th century.
They're washing the potatoes right now that will become our lunch. We're going to have an artichoke stuffed with only items made on the island. Eggs, tarragon, potatoes, lardons. It was the tastiest treat ever after a long hike. Welcome to Saint-Paul-de-Lyon, which is actually named after a Welshman who was a bishop here who founded a church back in 600. It is recorded that he died at age 140.
Okay, maybe there'll be too many cathedral videos, but we are in France after all, and they have a bunch of beautiful ones.
The church was displaying a collection of liturgical banners. They were from nearby churches in the region. Some were old, some were quite modern. What's right next to the cathedral we just visited? Well, another cathedral. Not a very big town, but plenty of religious opportunities. I'm quite fond of the lattice-like structure of the spire of this cathedral. In our next episode, we're off to Morlaix, a river town, and we'll be playing with the Code Zero.